Vandals accused of targeting nearly a dozen NYPD vehicles parked right outside of a police precinct in Queens. Video shows.
Earlier this week, a startling event unfolded outside a local precinct in New York City. Several NYPD vehicles had their windows broken, leaving officers with disabled vehicles at a critical time. While the suspect is still at large, this incident has sparked conversations about city safety and the challenges facing law enforcement. Incidents like this highlight not only the physical dangers officers face, but also the logistical challenges when resources are stretched thin. With changes coming at City Hall, New Yorkers are watching closely to see how public safety will be managed moving forward. Challenges facing the police force. The NYPD has long been tasked with the dual responsibility of protecting and serving. Yet, in recent years, officers have reported high stress levels, mandatory overtime, and uncertainty around contracts. The police union has expressed concerns about retention and morale, pointing out that officers often face long shifts without guaranteed support. This pressure is compounded by a workforce that is steadily shrinking, with thousands leaving the force over the last year. A smaller force must balance the increasing demands of a growing city while maintaining public safety, which presents a very real challenge for leadership. The role of social programs in public safety. City leadership is exploring ways to address public safety beyond traditional policing. Part of this effort includes the expansion of social worker programs aimed at assisting individuals experiencing homelessness, mental health crises, or other vulnerable situations. While the goal is to allow officers to focus on crime prevention, there are questions about the effectiveness of such programs in real-time situations. Earlier pilot programs have shown mixed results, with many calls not qualifying for social worker intervention. The city is now looking to improve and scale these efforts in hopes of providing better outcomes for residents and officers alike. Balancing First Amendment rights and public order. New York City has a long history of robust civic engagement, including large protests and demonstrations. Law enforcement must navigate the delicate balance between maintaining public order and protecting residents' rights to assembly and free speech. Decisions around specialized units, such as the Strategic Response Group, are part of this ongoing discussion. Ensuring that officers can respond effectively to emergencies while respecting civil liberties is a central challenge for the new administration, and public dialogue continues to shape these decisions. Impact of crime trends. Recent incidents in the city, including vandalism and theft, have raised concerns about public perception and safety. While crime rates fluctuate, each incident serves as a reminder of the need for both preventative measures and responsive policing. The reality is that officers often encounter complex situations involving mental health, homelessness, or domestic disturbances, requiring thoughtful responses that balance safety with care. The city is exploring approaches that combine policing with social services to better address the root causes of these incidents. Officer retention and staffing shortages. One of the most pressing issues for the NYPD is staffing. Over the past year, thousands of officers have left the force, creating a significant gap between the number of officers available and the population they serve. This shortage affects response times, limits proactive policing efforts, and contributes to burnout among remaining personnel. Leadership is tasked with not only recruiting new officers, but also retaining experienced staff who bring critical knowledge and skills to the force. Innovative strategies and better support structures may help address these gaps over time. Community safety and mental health. The city faces a complex landscape when it comes to safety, particularly with individuals experiencing mental health crises or homelessness. Traditional policing methods are often insufficient to address these challenges fully. By integrating social workers and specialized outreach programs, the city hopes to create a more holistic approach. However, it is clear that these programs must be carefully designed and supported to avoid leaving gaps in service. Coordinated efforts between law enforcement, social services, and community organizations will be essential to improve outcomes for both residents and officers. Navigating political and administrative change. With a new mayor taking office, there is a period of transition that affects law enforcement policy and city management. The incoming administration has indicated plans to restructure certain departments and expand social services to complement policing efforts. While these changes are aimed at creating a safer, more equitable city, they require careful implementation to ensure that officers are supported and public safety is maintained. Open dialogue between city leadership, law enforcement, and community stakeholders will be key to managing this transition effectively. Strategies for effective policing. The city is exploring ways to make policing more strategic and efficient. This includes prioritizing violent crime, improving response times, and integrating technology to support officers in the field. Specialized units may evolve to focus on high-priority situations, while social workers handle other types of calls. Training, resource allocation, and community collaboration are all critical components in ensuring that these strategies succeed. The goal is to create a system where officers can focus on their core responsibilities while residents receive timely and appropriate support. Lessons from pilot programs. Past pilot programs aimed at integrating social services into public safety have provided valuable insights. While the intention was to relieve officers from certain types of calls, the reality showed that program eligibility and response effectiveness need careful calibration. These lessons are now informing the expansion of similar initiatives, emphasizing the need for clear guidelines, proper staffing, and measurable outcomes. Successful programs can reduce pressure on officers while ensuring that vulnerable populations receive the help they need. Collaboration with federal agencies. New York City has historically collaborated with federal agencies on public safety issues. The new administration has expressed openness to partnerships that enhance safety while respecting city policies. Coordinated efforts can provide additional resources, intelligence, and support in addressing complex challenges like organized crime, human trafficking, and individuals in the city without proper documentation. Maintaining effective communication and operational alignment between local and federal agencies is critical to maximizing public safety outcomes. Public perception and trust. The relationship between the community and law enforcement is a foundational aspect of city safety. Incidents of vandalism or violent crime can erode public trust if not addressed transparently and effectively. Building strong partnerships between officers, social workers, and residents helps create a safer environment and fosters trust. Community engagement initiatives, public education, and visible support for officers' work are all strategies that contribute to a more cohesive approach to public safety. Supporting officers on the job. Police officers face high-risk situations daily, often with little room for error. Supporting them means providing adequate staffing, mental health resources, fair compensation, and clear operational guidance. It also means listening to officers' concerns and implementing policies that make their work sustainable over the long term. Ensuring officers feel valued and protected is not only a matter of fairness, but also a crucial component of effective law enforcement. Addressing homelessness and mental health. The city continues to grapple with homelessness and mental health crises. Social workers, outreach teams, and mental health professionals play a critical role in providing immediate assistance. However, long-term solutions require systemic approaches, including housing programs, mental health treatment, and consistent follow-up. A combined effort between law enforcement and social services is necessary to ensure that vulnerable residents receive the care they need while officers can concentrate on crime prevention and community protection. Effective use of technology. Technology can enhance the effectiveness of the NYPD and social services by streamlining communication, tracking incidents, and improving response times. Data-driven approaches help identify hotspots, allocate resources efficiently, and anticipate trends. When integrated thoughtfully, technology allows officers to focus on high-priority issues while social services address other community needs. Ongoing investment in training and infrastructure is essential to ensure that these tools are used effectively. Community engagement and transparency. Strong community relations are central to a functioning public safety system. Encouraging dialogue, listening to concerns, and providing transparency in decision-making helps maintain trust between the public and the police. Community advisory boards, regular updates, and participation in neighborhood events are practical ways to strengthen these ties. Residents who feel heard and informed are more likely to collaborate with law enforcement and support community safety initiatives. Long-term planning for safety. The challenges facing New York City require forward-looking strategies. This includes addressing staffing shortages, funding social programs, and ensuring law enforcement has the tools necessary to respond effectively. Long-term planning must consider population growth, evolving crime trends, and the changing needs of residents. By adopting a comprehensive, multifaceted approach, the city can enhance both officer safety and public safety while promoting trust and collaboration. Conclusion: New York City stands at a crossroads in terms of public safety. With changes in leadership, evolving community needs, and a growing population, the city is seeking innovative ways to protect residents while supporting law enforcement. Balancing policing with social services, addressing mental health and homelessness, and maintaining open communication with federal agencies are all essential components of this effort. Through thoughtful planning, collaboration, and community engagement, New York City can navigate these challenges and work toward a safer, more resilient future for all its residents.